whatever they don't want to see is an American going anywhere. So if you go at all, act like a German. How do you do that? You don't say anything. You don't say anything out loud. You just nod, do whatever. I said, I can do that. Okay. I said, hey, when I came in here, there's a van parked right out in front in that red zone. Is that supposed to be like that? I go, what are you talking about? I go, and they look at it, I go, oh my God. And all these people go racing out to this van. And they come back and they go, everybody get out of here right now. Everybody leave. Well, I did get my visa to go. Anyway, so I went to, I didn't hear, because they were blowing up embassies, evidently, whoever this was. So I was able to fly into Cairo. Actually, I was not able to fly into Cairo. I tried to, and on the way from the Sudan, from where I was going, I was in Kenya, from where I was going, there was shooting up from the Sudan, and they said, we have to go land in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. I go, what? Yeah, because they're shooting up, it's too dangerous to go this way. We'll go to Saudi Arabia, we'll change planes, and we'll come in like that. I go, okay, I mean, I don't know what, okay. Obviously it's not, obviously it's dangerous. But they didn't seem to think like, well, this is what we do. We're going to fly over here, we'll get you over here. I said, okay. So I go over to Jeddah, get out for a moment, look around, going, oh, I was in Jeddah. I didn't see a lot, but I saw a little bit. Got back on the plane, flew into Cairo, and then I go to the pyramids and all the cool stuff. And of course, I got pictures of me, whatever, by these statues and stuff. But I mean, the fact that I was able to go, oh, here's what I like, is this. When I heard that the Museum of Cairo or whatever was going around the country, and they were going to San Francisco, and they were going to show all their stuff, right? All the face mask and the golden mask and all that kind of stuff from King Tut. I wanted to do that so bad. My life did not permit me to go and see that. It was like, you actually have to put that in the calendar, you have to show up at a certain time, and you have to do whatever. My life was not that organized, and I missed it. In fact, I went to go do it, and they said, oh, they left yesterday. What? How could that be? That's crazy. So now, here I am in Egypt, and I get to go to the Museum of Cairo. And that's exactly where all these artifacts are from. All these kind of great things, golden masks, all that stuff. I go, wow, this is... So I go to that. And I swear to you, it was like, how can I say this? As if you had gone to a big auditorium. There's no guards. There's no nothing that was... You come in, I'd like to come in and see, but, oh yeah, come on in, go look around. Go look around, okay. I'm looking around. All the stuff I'd seen on TV about the mask and all these kind of things, they were right there. I could go touch them. Nobody said, don't touch that. Don't touch this. What I do remember is King Tut's coffin. What they had was, here's this coffin. It was raised up, and there was a mirror at the bottom that would show you that what was carved on the top was a naked woman like this, you know, naked breast and all the kind of stuff. And I'm going, wow. I look around going, nobody's here. Why would I want to do this? Who knows why? It felt like the right thing. I go over and I reach underneath and I kind of grab this body of this, whoever they had carved out, and nobody's there. Nobody cares what I'm doing. Now, I didn't grab some gold and run out, which is what I think you could have done, to tell you the truth. I grabbed some breasts instead, so that was my, that's all. Who knows? But it was very exciting to see all these things that, in fact, people pay a lot of money. I don't even know if I paid to get in. I think I just went there. If I did, it certainly wasn't very much. So that was cool. So anyway, as far as being there and experiencing, so I went up the Nile. Now, I'm not sure if I went up the Nile or down the Nile. I think I went up the Nile because I went from Cairo all the way to the Aswan Dam. And I went by all these beautiful Luxor and all these things. And I got to this one place, the Valley of the Kings, right? And I remember them saying, I got there at night or whatever. Oh, you want to go up there? Yeah. Well, I'm going to give you, they kind of look around. To give you a suggestion, get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. No, tonight, go rent a bike. Then tomorrow, get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, get on the first ferry across. Because if you wait, you'll be waiting for hours and hours and days and weeks and years or whatever to get over there. I said, okay, well, I can do that. So I rented the bike, and the next morning I get up and I pedal over to this little place and I get on. I think I was the only guy going across at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I go across and they let me off. And I go, I have no idea where I'm going. Oh, just follow that road. That goes up to the Valley of the Kings where King Tut is and all that. I go, wow, okay. So I start pedaling, and literally I'm the only person on this road. And I'm pedaling. I got a picture of a hawk, eagle, something above me, blue skies. I thought to myself, I'm doing whatever I'm doing, but that animal, that hawk, is related to this whole thing. 1,000 years ago, it was flying. Its family was flying around here doing whatever it was doing. Anyway, I go up, and I think it's pretty cool, and it was cool. And I go up and get to go see King Tut's tomb, and all these things. Literally, nobody else is there. Now, as I'm leaving, truckloads of people are coming in. They're all tourists. They're doing what they're doing. But I'd gotten to see all that by myself, and I just thought that was wonderful. There's also, when I came down, it's kind of confusing. You come down, and then, okay, I'm done with that, and it's still early in the morning. What's next? It's the Valley of the Kings. So you go down here, and you look up, and there's the Valley of the Kings up there. I can't remember enough to tell you, except I saw that. I went up and saw what I could, and saw these different statues and stuff. And anyway, so I went back, and I was able to get to the pyramids. And when I did, you could climb the pyramid. You could climb on top, outside. I don't know what you can do now. You couldn't do it later, I know that. But they said, well, here's an entrance right here. But you got to be able to get up there. I can get up there. You get up there, and you start crawling on your hands and knees up a incline inside the pyramids. And then it opens up to, I think they called it the King's Chamber or the Queen's Chamber or something. I remember having people behind me. I remember people going, I can't do this, I'm freaking out. I go, yeah, well, don't freak out in front of me. And when I want to leave, you better not be in when I'm coming back down, because it was because claustrophobia or something, I don't know. But I saw a lot of great stuff. And I was very intimately involved in that. So, I leave there, and now I'm going up the Nile or down the Nile or something towards the Aswan Dam. Well, I don't know if you know this or remember this, but basically, at some point, well, the Aswan Dam was built. Of course, I didn't know any of this history at the time, but they were making a dam, and that was going to flood this other whole area. When they did that, they had to move these statues. And I have a copy of that Life magazine that shows them moving. I mean, I don't know how we could even do it today. I know they cut these things in certain seconds, but anyway, huge statues, and moved them from where it would have been flooded up until this area, and so when I got there, they were all, I looked at what I saw in history books or something. Well, there's all these 4 statues, and there's an arm laying over here and a head over here, but that's how they made it back in the, and so the person said to me, look around. And I look around and go, he goes, nobody's here. I go, yeah, like nobody's here. Of course, we're at war. Everybody's hiding. I don't know. I shouldn't be here either, probably. Not we're at war, but I mean, I don't think tourists are traveling. He said, let me show you something. Now, I can't remember. It just seems like they would have showed everybody this, but he said, I'll show you something, and you won't believe this. We call it the 8th wonder of the world. Wow, that sounds like something I definitely want to see. Let's go. So he takes me. Here's these statues. And there's a little door you can go in. And like I said, I got a picture of me sitting there or whatever. But he takes me out of the side. It's this huge mountain. And he goes, climb up these stairs. We climb up these stairs, and he opens this door, and he goes, "What do you think about this?" I look in. The entire mountain was hollow. They created this mountain specifically to put these statues in front of, to look exactly like it did when it was down in the, before they flooded everything. But it was fake. The statues were actually the real statues that they moved, but the rest of it was all a hollow mountain. And they said that's what they called the eighth wonder of the world, that we were able to build this and bring these things up and do it, whatever. So I wish I can't tell you more than what I learned when I was there. I believe all that's true. I mean, I know what I saw, which was a hollow mountain, and these things were out there. And I go, that is crazy. So I go out, and I said, well, you know, I want to go on the Nile. The Nile's right there. Can I get it? So I get on a little boat. I think they called it a dhow, something like that. And they're sailing with me, just me. I'm not paying them. Take me somewhere. And then we're going down the Nile. And I got some pictures. Oh, there's that. There's nothing. I mean, it's all desert and mountains or whatever. And we come to this one island, and I believe it was called, well, they called it Nubian Island, or Nubian from the Nubian people or something. So this is totally off balance. These are the original Nubian people that were here, and they live on this island, and it's nobody can go on it. Okay. So there's no tours to there, or anything like that. And I said, well, can I make my own tour? Can I give you some money to get me there? I had been tainted by living in third world countries. We can get you there. We can't promise we get you out of there. Oh, what if I pay you this? Well, what if I said to you, if you come back, I'll give you well, that's going to entice us to come back. So let me take you there, and yeah, we'll come back. So they let me off, and I get on this little island. I'm going around. There's these little huts, and I remember Nubians weren't midgets, but everything was just small, little things. And they bent down and got in these little things, and old, but it was like total jungle. It was just one island, what I remember. And I'm walking around, they're kind of nodding me like, you're the crazy motherfucker, but excuse my language. What are you doing here? I'm just looking around. I'm a nice guy, and I don't speak anything that you speak, but wow, this is great. And they seemed to be very happy that I was there. Nobody was upset or anything like that. And then I go back to where this person's supposed to pick me up. An hour goes by, 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours. It's pitch dark. And I go, oh, yeah, well, serves me right. I shouldn't be here. Nobody's coming to get me. Nobody's invited me to spend the night. Anyway, so I looked around and just said, well, I'll wait till daylight or something. All of a sudden, the boat that I'd paid somebody to come to me shows up. Hey, oh, sorry for late. Can you get on board? Yeah, I'll get on board, right? What do you want? Here's a tip. Get me the hell out of here. I never felt threatened on that island, but it was definitely like, of course, I'm not respecting culture or something, so I deserve something, and the fear was something, I guess. Anyway, so that was a lot of, except for when I left there, I went to Greece. What is that? The Parthenon? It was something. So I'm bad at history. I remember seeing these columns and all that stuff, going, "Well, this is great. This is crazy." And then I said, "Well, I think I'm going to go over here and spend the night." And I give them my credit card and go, "Oh no, that's expired." I listen to my thing, like, yeah, yesterday. Still go, "Oh no, we can't take it." Well, that's the only money I had. So from that point on, I was dead broke. I had a little bit of money on me. I was able to get a taxi down to the beach. I spent the night on the beach, on the Greece beach or whatever. And I was able to get out of there. This all gets cloudy. I mean, how do I get out of there? I mean, I spent the night on the beach, freezing cold. I don't know what I had, clothes with me or whatever, but, and so obviously I get out of there. and then I was able to fly from there. So my plan from there, my itinerary, I already had tickets, so if I could have got on the plane, I could have done this. I could have gone to Thailand. And from Thailand, I can't remember where else. And then the last stop was going to be Hawaii, and I was going to get back home. That had already been paid for. But I had no money. Now I'm broke. And so I had to cut it short, and somehow I was able to go to someone that would accept my credit card and say, okay, so let's, where do you want to go? Home. Okay, we'll get you home. How's that? Sounds good to me. Anyway, so a lot of adventure, but at the same time, it convinced me that I needed to reach out and get what I believe to be a dangerous situation. I believe a civil war was starting in Liberia.